Hello, curious minds. Do you think you know everything about Saudi Arabia? Think again. Saudi Arabia isn't just camels and oil. It's a country of futuristic megaprojects, rapidly evolving social rules, and secrets most people can't even imagine. Get ready to have your mind blown. Stick around until the end, because fact number 10 will make you question everything you've seen in movies. I'm Curio Voltage, and today we're diving into the 10 most surprising and different things about Saudi Arabia. Let's kick things off with number 1. The city of the future, Riyadh. Forget Dubai. Forget everything you thought you knew about modern cities. Saudi Arabia is building something that looks like it came straight out of a sci-fi movie. It's called NEOM, a project so ambitious it almost sounds like fiction. One of its most mind-bending components is the line, "Imagine a city that's 170 kilometers long, 500 meters high, but only 200 meters wide." It's a mirrored skyscraper lying on its side, stretching across the desert. Inside this linear structure, there will be no cars, no roads, and it will run on 100% renewable energy. This isn't just a concept on a drawing board. It's a $500 billion investment that aims to completely redefine urban living for millions of residents. It's a bold, almost audacious statement about the future, and it's happening right now in the Saudi desert. Alright, moving on to fact number 2, and this one is a real head-scratcher. The country that is essentially a massive desert actually imports sand. Yes, you heard that right. It sounds like the setup to a joke, but it's completely true. The sand you find in the vast Arabian deserts. The kind you see blowing in beautiful cinematic dunes is too fine and smooth. The wind has weathered the grains down over millennia, making them rounded and almost glassy. This kind of sand is completely useless for construction because it doesn't bind well to create strong concrete. For their massive world record-breaking construction projects, like the very same NEOM we just talked about, they have to import a different kind of sand. They need coarser, more angular sand, typically dredged from riverbeds or quarries in other countries. The irony is just staggering, isn't it? A desert kingdom buying sand. Now for number 3, a fact that shows the complex interplay between culture and recreation. Believe it or not, the kingdom once effectively banned chess. For a period, a prominent and influential cleric issued a fatwa, a religious ruling, declaring chess to be a form of gambling and a waste of time. He argued that it could create enmity between players and distract them from their religious duties. While this was never enshrined as an official state law and the ban wasn't strictly enforced everywhere, the ruling cast a long shadow. This controversy highlights just how deeply religious traditions can influence everyday life, impacting even seemingly innocent pastimes. It's a fascinating look at the cultural conversations that happen behind the scenes. Let us talk about a major social shift with fact number 4, the shrinking power of the virtue police. For decades, a religious police force, known as the Mutawa, was an imposing and powerful presence on the streets of Saudi Arabia. Their official role was to enforce the strict observance of Islamic law or Sharia. They would patrol public spaces, ensuring modest dress, gender segregation, and that businesses closed during prayer times. They were once feared and held immense authority. However, in recent years, their power has been significantly curtailed by Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman as part of his Vision 2030 plan. This move is a clear signal of the trend toward social liberalization in the country, changing the daily experience for millions of Saudis and visitors alike. Fact number 5 takes us deep underground to the source of the kingdom's immense wealth. We're talking about the Ghawar oil field. This isn't just any oil field. It is the world's largest conventional oil field, period. To put its size into perspective, its production capacity alone rivals the total oil output of some entire countries. It's about 280 kilometers long and 30 kilometers wide. The sheer scale of this single geological formation and the complex underground infrastructure built to tap into it is simply mind-boggling. Ghawar is the financial heart of the kingdom, the engine that has powered its development for over 70 years and fundamentally shaped its role on the world stage. This leads us right into number 6, the high cost of citizenship benefits. When your country sits on top of the world's largest oil reserves, it comes with some unique perks for its citizens. Did you know that Saudi Arabia offers its citizens generous government assistance and a kind of national stipend system? More significantly, there is no personal income tax collected from Saudi nationals. On top of that, public healthcare and education, all the way through university, are provided free of charge. For many, this incredible level of state subsidy makes life very comfortable. However, the total cost of these benefits to the government is immense, representing a huge portion of the national budget. It's a social contract built on oil wealth, and it's one of the defining features of life in the kingdom. Now, for a story that made headlines around the world, fact number 7. Women can now drive, but they still face other hurdles. In a landmark decision in 2018, the long-standing ban on women driving was finally lifted. This was celebrated globally as a massive step forward for women's rights in the country. Cars filled with cheering women took to the streets in a historic moment. However, the journey to full equality is not over. While this was a huge victory, the male guardianship system still remains largely in place. Women often still need permission from a male guardian, be it their father, husband, or even a son, to get married, travel abroad, or even for certain medical procedures. The right to drive was a monumental step, but it did not signify full emancipation, highlighting the complex and gradual nature of social change. Let's wash away the image of endless sand with fact number 8, the flowering desert. If you only imagine Saudi Arabia as a landscape of barren sand dunes, you're in for a surprise. In the winter months, especially after the rare but heavy seasonal rains, parts of the desert undergo a breathtaking transformation. Regions like Al-Bahar in the southwest or areas in the north burst into life. The arid ground becomes a spectacular carpet of wildflowers and lush green grass. This temporary seasonal oasis creates a stunning contrast with the typical desert landscape. It's a beautiful, fleeting phenomenon that surprises anyone who witnesses it, revealing a softer, more vibrant side of the Arabian Peninsula that few people ever get to see. Fact number 9 is a story of breaking barriers in the world of sports. The first time Saudi Arabia sent female athletes to the Olympic Games was surprisingly recent. It was at the London 2012 Olympics. This marked a giant cultural shift for the nation, challenging centuries-old traditions regarding women's roles in public life and sports. The two athletes, a judoka and a runner, became symbols of a new era. Although their participation was met with some controversy back home, it was a historic and symbolic moment for the country and for Saudi women. The road to equality in sports is still long, but this was a definitive starting point, proving that change was on the horizon. And finally, we've arrived at fact number 10, the one I promised would surprise you. It concerns Mecca, the holiest city in Islam, and its strict access rules. You might know that non-Muslims are not allowed to enter Mecca. But what you probably don't know is how this is enforced on the ground. As you drive towards the city, there are specific, clearly marked highways and off-ramps. There are large green road signs with English and Arabic text that explicitly direct non-Muslims onto a detour route that bypasses the holy city entirely. It's not just a rule, it's a physical, logistical system of religious access control built right into the national infrastructure. This level of exclusion for a major city is unparalleled among the world's other major religions and their holy sites, making it a truly unique aspect of Saudi Arabia. So, which of these facts surprised you the most? Saudi Arabia is a country of enormous contrasts, ancient tradition and wild futurism, unimaginable wealth and strict rules. It's a place that is changing faster than we can keep up with. Leave a comment below and tell me which fact you had no idea about. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dives into the world's most fascinating cultures. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.